This is Nick with Build Brothers Roofing. Started my digital inspection at 9610 Vista Del Sol. Out here in El Cajon, Spring Valley area, I'm sorry. We got two roofing systems on this roof. We got our tile roof, concrete tile roof. Nice thing with this S tile is that it is concrete and it will tend to get stronger as it ages. Tile itself is in pretty good shape. And then we have a couple flat sections or flat roofs as well that I want to point out. But as I'm on the concrete tile roof, I pulled this tile down. I want to give the homeowner an idea of what the condition of the underlayment is. So keep in mind, there's a common misconception that the tile is what's protecting the home, when in reality, it's the underlayment that is protecting the home and the tile is protecting the underlayment. So fresh underlayment is going to be very thick, very gritty, very granular to the touch. This still has a good amount of grittiness left to it. It's still pretty thick. Now, it's definitely on the tail end of its life expectancy, but based off of what I'm seeing, you know, we could probably get another 3 to 5 years left in it, maybe a little bit more, depending on the weather that we get out here in San Diego. Now, as far as this flat section goes, this is a torch down material that had an elastomeric coating applied to it, which will give it a little bit more life than the standard torch down material would. And this looks to be a pretty thick application of that coating. I don't see any areas where the seams are starting to come apart on this roof, but when I do see a roof that has that elastomeric coating on it, it tends to tell me that the product underneath it was already on that tail end and they applied this material just to give it a little bit of extra life. So if we are not experiencing any leaks at the moment, then again, just like the tile portion of the roof, I will give this another 3 to 5 years, especially with the amount of solar penetrations and skylights on this roof. It is going to be very important for the homeowner to be proactive when it comes to maintenance and keeping up on inspections on this roof. Now over on this section, we have an architectural shingle. This shingle looks to be fairly new. Now they went ahead and took this material up over the shingle, which is going to be okay for now, but what we'll notice is that throughout we have a bunch of exposed nail heads. Each and every one of these exposed nail heads is a potential leak waiting to happen. So a roof tune-up would be a good idea on this roof. The other problem area that I see that really needs to, you know, have an eye kept on it is this section of the shingle right here. So you'll notice that we get a little bit of a dip, and you can see how it kind of curves upward. And what that does is it can almost sometimes stop that water from running off of it, and it'll sit on that shingle. And if that's the case, then it will end up finding its way. Now, this is a newer product that's on this portion of the roof. Doesn't look to be very old at all. I would give it less than 5 years of age. But so again, it is going to be a good idea for this homeowner to be proactive when it comes to the maintenance of this roof and just checking in on it after every single rain, just to ensure that everything is where it needs to be. Sorry, my allergies are killing me right now. I'm gonna work my way over to this other section of the roof. Now we have some really tight valleys on this roof. I do want to point this section out. We have valley metal that was installed, which is fantastic, but you can see how tight these valleys are. So when it is time to re-roof, what we'll end up doing is opening these valleys up just to allow for water and debris to flow freely off the roof. I pulled this tile over here also, again, just to show the homeowner what the condition of the underlayment is. And again, this stuff is still in pretty decent shape, right? It's starting to get to the point where, again, it is on that tail end, but it is not in need of immediate replacement. Again, we have another torch down section of the roof that had an elastomeric coating put on it to prolong that life expectancy. Now, the application on this portion of the roof was not as thick as the main portion of the roof, and you can see that some of the seams are starting to go. This could be affecting the waterproofing. This could be affecting the waterproofing, so this would be a good idea for us to get some tune-up and maintenance done on this section of the roof. But again, based off my inspection of this roof, I would say this roof has another 3 to 5 years left in it, maybe a little bit more, depending on the weather that we get. But just like any roof, it's going to be a really good idea for the homeowner to be proactive when it comes to replacing the roof and when it comes to keeping up with the maintenance on the roof. So if there is ever any need for any further inspections down the road, they always know who to call. That's it for my inspection.